Construction has begun on Cleveland Browns' home soil as coming up this Sunday, Cleveland hosts the biggest party of the summer, SummerSlam. But tonight we are live from Cincinnati, Ohio, 6 nights before the SummerSlam extravaganza. We're inside a capacity Heritage Bank Center for Monday Night Raw. And ahead of the SummerSlam main event, in just 6 nights, the undisputed WWE Champion Bron Breakker is in the house. We know the franchise John Cena is under the same roof as well. Bron Breakker speaks his mind after cutting John Cena in half with a spear last Monday night here on Raw. And speaking of last week, the irresistible force Nia Jax laying waste to the WWE Women's Champion Rhea Ripley. Tonight, Nia goes up against the #1 contender for Rhea's gold at SummerSlam, the Queen of the Ring, Lyra Valkyria. And the Bloodline Solo Sikoa approaches a massive tag team bout this Sunday night at SummerSlam. But tonight, he looks to conquer an old enemy. Sami Zayn has come back for more. Sami Zayn and Solo Sikoa clash yet again, right here tonight in Cincinnati on Raw. And for the first time since winning the Intercontinental Championship less than 2 weeks ago at Saturday night's main event, the Apex Predator, Randy Orton, is back on Monday Night Raw. Randy Orton with a little assistance from Roman Reigns defeating Solo Sikoa just about less than 2 weeks ago in Bridgeport at Saturday night's main event. But this past Saturday night, at the channel member exclusive Great Balls of Fire live event, Randy Orton defending that gold against the ruler Obafemi. First time ever matchup, and what a contest it was. Unfortunately, no conclusion really to be had as Jacob Fatu would arrive on the scene and lay waste to the Viper. Randy Orton obviously retaining his Intercontinental Championship by default, but that is not the way he hoped to get the job done 48 hours ago. But as advertised, the Viper, the new Intercontinental Champion, is back home on Monday Night Raw for the first time since winning the gold. And you gotta believe after the events of the last few weeks, Orton has got a hell of a lot on his mind. You could just feel the energy in the air. 6 nights before SummerSlam. Oh, wait a minute here. Randy Orton out here addressing the Bloodline, Obafemi, all that. But now interrupted by an unwelcome guest, an Imperium's Ludwig Kaiser. Well, I don't know what business Kaiser has out here. Of course, his running mate in Imperium, the Ring General, is just 6 nights away from where Gunther will meet CM Punk inside of the steel cage at SummerSlam. But Ludwig Kaiser, I gotta assume out here on his own accord. What business does he have with the Intercontinental Champion? Kaiser better be careful. I don't think Randy Orton is in any mood for any superstar to get in his face and talk some smack tonight. Oh, well, Randy Orton saying, you want to fight? We can do this thing right here in Cincinnati, and we got a referee in the ring. Well, the bell has sounded, ladies and gentlemen. We got an impromptu contest to kick things off tonight on Monday Night Raw. Ludwig Kaiser throwing down the challenge for a future Intercontinental Championship matchup. And you heard Randy Orton, he can't just go around giving out title matches. But if Kaiser wants a fight, Orton's going to give it to him. We told you Randy Orton in no mood tonight, especially after the events of this past Saturday, getting dropped by Jacob Fatu. Well, Ludwig Kaiser not backing down to the Viper, and you got to believe for Kaiser, this may be exactly what he wanted walking out here tonight in the Heritage Bank Center. Ludwig Kaiser wants an opportunity at the Intercontinental Championship. What better way to stake your claim at the front of the line than pitting the champion himself in Randy Orton? Well, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We are underway tonight in Cincinnati. 6 nights before SummerSlam, we are live on Monday Night Raw. Imperium's Ludwig Kaiser one-on-one with the Intercontinental Champion Randy Orton. The title not on the line, but an opportunity for Kaiser certainly is. On the flip side of things, Randy Orton came out a little bit of a hothead tonight after the events of Saturday. Randy Orton going to strike at the first person that stepped up. Ludwig Kaiser walked right into the snake's pit, if you will. We have got ourselves a contest here as Ludwig Kaiser has got the Apex Predator currently looking up at the lights of the Heritage Bank Center here in Cincinnati. The tension's riding high across both the Raw and SmackDown locker rooms over the last couple of weeks, with one of the biggest nights of the WWE calendar approaching at SummerSlam. We'll be live from Huntington Bank Field in Cleveland this Sunday. Special start time of 4 p.m. Eastern Time. Of course, the channel member exclusive SummerSlam kickoff show going to begin at 3:30 Eastern Time on Sunday. Meanwhile, Ludwig Kaiser taking Randy Orton to the outside. Kaiser has been all over Orton for the last minute or so. Randy Orton might have jumped the gun. You got to wonder if Randy Orton is even near 100% tonight after back-to-back Saturdays he has spent in heated contests against some of the best Raw has to offer. Physical bouts against Solo Sikoa at Saturday night's main event less than 2 weeks ago, and then the contest against Obafemi just 48 hours ago. And now Orton right back into the line of fire as Ludwig Kaiser is looking to pick the bones and get himself a future Intercontinental Championship opportunity. And Kaiser may be nearing doing so as Randy Orton continues to be assaulted by one half of Imperium. The uppercut into the cover. Randy Orton still alive. We've talked about it time and time again. Old European elegance himself. Ludwig Kaiser, all the tools to be a major player. He's just got to get the job done where it matters most. And that's nights like tonight when he's in the ring with a future Hall of Famer. Blockbuster off the middle rope. Randy Orton is clearly feeling fatigued and way less than 100% at the given moment. Kaiser now takes him over. Full head of steam for that punt kick that takes down Orton again. Kaiser clear for the upset here, but the Intercontinental Champion still in this contest. Ludwig Kaiser might have picked his spot correctly. But does Randy Orton still got a fire within him? He's going to continue to burn the back half of this contest. All remains to be seen. Orton surviving but far from thriving, as the agony of that contest on Saturday against Obafemi may be starting to carry into this battle against Kaiser tonight on Raw. It was not an easy task for Obafemi to attempt to keep down Randy Orton and vice versa. Again, unfortunately, that matchup going haywire thanks to the arrival of Jacob Fatu. But what a physical bout it was at Great Balls of Fire this past Saturday night. Meanwhile, Orton exploder suplex to try to turn the tables here. Replay of this past Saturday available now. Randy Orton now trying to get back into this contest against Kaiser, who might have walked right into his deathbed tonight. Orton slowly but surely starting to get some offense in, but will it be enough to play catch-up? Will it be enough to keep down one half of Imperium, who's looking to bring back gold slowly but surely to Imperium? Orton starting to unload in the corner. Much to the happiness of everybody here in the Heritage Bank Center in Cincinnati. Kaiser up against the ropes. Not where you want to be when you're battling the Apex Predator. Vintage Orton, DDT, into the cover. And Kaiser still into it. Gotta tip your cap to Ludwig Kaiser. He is getting better and better. He has proven to be double tough. You don't gotta like his attitude, but you gotta respect his ability. Great matchup against CM Punk a couple of weeks ago here on Monday Night Raw. Can Kaiser do what he couldn't do on that night? That's defeat his opposition, this time in Randy Orton. Knocked Orton down off the collision in the corner. Striking uppercut. Right to the jawline here. And now a reversal by Orton. Kaiser could have been looking for a power bomb, maybe even a pile driver, just something to incapacitate the Intercontinental Champion. And the powerful frame of the Viper just sent Kaiser for an amusement park ride from one side of the ring to the other and out of it. Oh, hang on here. Not again. Jacob Fatu emerging from the WWE Universe and attacking Randy Orton. Second time in 48 hours that Orton's gonna be victorious, but not the way he so desires, due to a disqualification by the Samoan Werewolf. You think Fatu, along with Solo Sikoa, will be focused on the events of SummerSlam on Sunday, but obviously there is unfinished business with the new Intercontinental Champion who just got dropped right on his crown. Loyal to no end is the enforcer of the Bloodline, Jacob Fatu. This man who was brought upon the scene by Solo Sikoa back in March and has been a force to be reckoned with here on Monday Night Raw. Randy Orton once again dropped by the werewolf himself, and hang on here, the ruler Obafemi in the ring. Get a load of this stare down. Obafemi's got to be feeling some type of way after Fatu, inadvertent or not, cost him a shot at the Intercontinental Championship this past Saturday. And dare I say, it looks Jacob Fatu is backing down. Maybe preserving his energy for Sunday night at SummerSlam. And of course, the events of SummerSlam really came together last week in Philadelphia on Monday Night Raw. Roman Reigns returned and wanted to fight. Jacob Fatu arrived on the scene. The OTC would take care of the Samoan Werewolf, but Solo Sikoa once again dropping Roman Reigns with a Samoan spike. But for the first time since the early part of July, Seth freaking Rollins would return, ambushing Solo Sikoa and sending Jacob Fatu straight through the announce table, just as Fatu did to him about a month ago. Well, Solo Sikoa, en route to SummerSlam, has got another meeting with a longtime rival in Sami Zayn. Sami with a score to settle against the Bloodline Solo Sikoa. They clash right here tonight in Cincinnati. Can't get enough Universe Mode? PLE kickoff shows, live events, all exclusive to Noah Nation Gaming channel members. Hit the join button down below and gain access to more universe than ever before. And in just 6 nights, we will be in Cincinnati for SummerSlam. And of course, the channel member exclusive kickoff show will begin at 3:30 p.m. Eastern Time, 30 minutes prior to our special start time of 4 p.m. on Sunday. And coming up on the SummerSlam kickoff show this coming weekend, the #1 contendership for SmackDown's WWE Tag Team titles are at stake. Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate of New Catch Republic take on Alex Shelley and Chris Sabin of the Motor City Machine Guns. And another contest on the SummerSlam kickoff show, courtesy of SmackDown. The Women's United States Championship is on the line as the Sky Pirate Kairi Sane defends the title against new #1 contender, the Judgment Day's Liv Morgan. Become a Donation Gaming channel member today. Do not miss the SummerSlam kickoff show 30 minutes prior to the action going live to the public this Sunday night in Cleveland. And of course, if you missed out on Great Balls of Fire this past Saturday night, you missed out on one hell of a tag team matchup courtesy of Monday Night Raw. The Intercontinental Champion Alba Fire alongside Isla Dawn of the Unholy Union falling short in their pursuit of victory against Alexa Bliss and the woman that Alexa Bliss chose as her tag team partner. That being La Primera, the Dark Angel, Tiffany Vaquer, who is in search of yet another victory tonight on Raw.
Then her opponent from San Fernando, Chile, Vaquer.
Well, Tiffany Vaquer aligned with Alexa Bliss 48 hours ago, and it looks as if Alexa Bliss is going to watch Vaquer's back tonight. Nobody knows those numbers games of the Unholy Union quite like Bliss in recent memory. Alexa has had a problem with Alba Fire and Isla Dawn dating back to last month when the numbers game of the Unholy Union really cost Bliss an opportunity to qualify for the Money in the Bank ladder matchup. To the victor with the spoils, that was Alba Fire. In recent time here on Raw, Alexa Bliss turning away Isla Dawn in singles action, and then of course, the huge tag team victory just 48 hours ago. Well, Tiffany Vaquer now going to take her crack in singles action at the White Witch herself, Isla Dawn. And you gotta wonder if Alba Fire at ringside believes that the walls are starting to close in with new challengers, or I should say potential challengers, starting to emerge. You got Tiffany Vaquer, who pinned the shoulders of Alba Fire this past Saturday. You got Alexa Bliss, who's been on the tail of the Unholy Union. Gotta wonder if there's any other women in the locker room who are looking to step up. I'm sure tonight, for Isla Dawn, it's all about getting rid of a La Primera problem before it can really get started. Isla hot out of the gate, taken down. A woman who has taken Monday Night Raw by storm in recent months, and that is Tiffany Vaquer. Saturday night in Baltimore is Vaquer's return to action. First time we saw her since Money in the Bank in Montreal at the end of July, after what was an incredible, physical, demanding bout against Rhea Ripley. Tiffany Vaquer, of course, came up short on that night. Dare I say, moved up the ladder even in defeat. Now Vaquer returning to Monday Night Raw here, live from Cincinnati. She's got Isla Dawn in her crosshairs. Oh, well, look at that. She's got Alba Fire bothering her as well. Alba Fire, the Unholy Union, the Intercontinental Champion, playing distraction. It allows the White Witch to come in from behind. A rushing leg sweep right into the closed fist, right to the exposed face of Vaquer. I am sure Alba Fire and Isla Dawn sat down before this contest and said, we already got to deal with Alexa Bliss. We don't want to have to deal with Tiffany Vaquer as well. Alba Fire has held on to that Intercontinental Championship since May 31st at Clash at the Castle, where again the numbers game of the Unholy Union turned away the inaugural Intercontinental Champion in Lyra Valkyria. Lyra Valkyria going to be in action in just a bit here in Cincinnati as she takes on the irresistible force, Nia Jax. Just ask Lyra how difficult it is to turn away Isla and Alba at the same exact time. That is what Vaquer and Alexa Bliss are dealing with at the given moment. Vaquer now starting about a comeback. Vaquer's got to feel a little bit more confident knowing she's got Alexa Bliss watching her back tonight. Both Vaquer and Bliss got to be hungry for a championship opportunity here on Monday Night Raw. And there is a champion right near them at ringside in Alba Fire. Vaquer looking sharp off that boot scrape in the corner, rearranging the pretty looks of Isla Dawn. Tiffany Vaquer has been nothing short of impressive since arriving on Monday Night Raw. She has turned away some of Raw's best already. She's within inches of winning the WWE Women's Championship last month. Gotta give credit where credit's due. Isla Dawn ever impressive off that exploder suplex. Sending Vaquer into the corner. Can't say that Dawn isn't giving Vaquer a problem in this contest. Stephanie now, look at this, able to turn the tides, and that armbar using the ropes as leverage. Can obviously only keep that hold in for so long, but effective nonetheless. Isla trying to strike. Vaquer's got other plans. Vaquer now, strong style forearm. And down she goes off the belly to back. Stephanie Vaquer looking sharp, feeling good, and is in control here on Monday Night Raw. Isla Dawn on a wobbly foundation. Here's Vaquer. Missile drop kick lands right on the bush. Better keep her eyes on Alba Fire right behind her, trying to sweep at the feet. Uh-oh. In the middle of Cincinnati. A little devil's kiss. Isla may be seeing stars. Into the cover. Goes La Primera. It ain't over yet. Isla Dawn still alive, able to shake off the cobwebs just at the last second. Stephanie Vaquer strike after striking. Oh, look at Alba Fire. Trying to cut her momentum down. Comes from behind. What a maneuver by Dawn. Oh, hold on here. Isla's going for the cover, but I think referee Daphne LaShawn has had enough of the Intercontinental Champion and is tossing Alba Fire out of ringside. Isla Dawn furious. Looks like the numbers game of the Unholy Union might have come back to haunt him that time. Alba Fire sticking her nose in business that does not belong to her. She ain't in this contest. It's Isla Dawn's fight. Well, the White Witch trying to create some separation here. Trying to take out the Dark Angel before the Dark Angel becomes too much of a problem. But it may be too late. SVB bomb. And a huge victory for La Primera here on Monday Night Raw.
Here is your winner, Stephanie Vaquer.
Well, the Unholy Union already made an enemy out of Alexa Bliss. Now they got Stephanie Vaquer to worry about. Isla Dawn better hold that Women's Intercontinental Championship real close because she's got multiple challengers on her tail looking to hit the target dead on and get a shot at that championship gold. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I want to take you back to last week here on Monday Night Raw. The exhilarating luchador Penta has been on fire in just a few short weeks since arriving here to the Red Brand. Legado del Fantasma has had a problem with Penta as he has clean sweep all three of them in recent weeks. Santos Escobar, they sneak attack after Penta's victory over Grayson Waller last Monday night. Penta tried to fight back, but unfortunately the numbers of LDF too much for the luchador to handle. Angel, Berto, and Escobar laying waste to Penta 7 nights ago. Well, Penta's going to look to even the score next Monday night on Raw, live from Cleveland, just 24 hours removed from SummerSlam. It is a massive 6-man tag team matchup between Legado del Fantasma, Penta, and Penta needs some tag team partners. Who's going to stand alongside the luchador? And also next Monday night on Raw, the World Tag Team Championship will be on the line. The Wyatt Six have been hunting DIY all summer long. Joe Gacy and Dexter Lumis take on Gargano and Ciampa for the Tag Team Championship gold next Monday night in Cleveland. We are just 6 nights away from where the Queen of the Ring, Lyra Valkyria, will challenge the Nightmare, Rhea Ripley, for the WWE Women's Championship.
The following is scheduled for one fall, making her way to the ring from Dublin, Ireland, Lyra Valkyria.
A roadblock of all roadblocks standing in Lyra's way to SummerSlam. The Queen of the Ring meets the irresistible force Nia Jax. Up next on Raw. Welcome to SummerSlam.
I have to make a choice.
Think down even further.
Drowning out my voice. If you're feeling lost, sing this song with me. It will shine a light.
Well, let us take you back to last Monday night in Philadelphia. A matchup between Nia Jax and Rhea Ripley going AWire as Nia was more interested in laying waste to the women's champion rather than scoring the victory. And boy, did she ever, with this senton off the ring that drove Rhea Ripley straight through a table at ringside. Rhea Ripley obviously has been doing all she can to rest and recoup over the last 7 days, especially with a championship matchup approaching this Sunday at SummerSlam. But Nia Jax continuing to be a thorn in the side of not only Rhea, but also Rhea's challenger on Sunday, and that is the Queen of the Ring, Lyra Valkyria. Lyra has also had issues with a woman that Nia Jax has teamed up with in the past, that being Tiffany Stratton. Lyra Valkyria has just got to try to remain focused on the task at hand, get through Nia Jax by any means possible tonight, and then it's all steam ahead towards Cleveland and the biggest matchup of Valkyria's career. Oof. Well, I'll tell you what, Lyra Valkyria can do all she can to bring the fighting spirit to Cincinnati tonight and try to get through the irresistible force, but Nia Jax has been hell-bent on causing a destruction, to say the least, leaving bodies in her wake. Obviously, Nia wants an opportunity at the Women's Championship herself, and boy, did she ever get the attention of Rhea last week if she didn't have it already. Meanwhile, you got Lyra Valkyria, who we've talked about in recent weeks, maybe in her own head, after words from Tiffany Stratton about a month ago here on Monday Night Raw. Tiffany Stratton has had a problem with Valkyria ever since Lyra knocked her out of the Queen of the Ring tournament back in June. Tiffany Stratton saying Lyra Valkyria doesn't have the killer instinct to get the job done under the bright lights. Says she will crumble at SummerSlam. Really trying to get under the skin of the Queen of the Ring, and she may have done just that. You go back to a couple of weeks ago right here on Raw. It's Nia Jax just ragdolling Valkyria at ringside. We go back to 2 weeks ago right here on Monday Night Raw. Lyra Valkyria falling short to Tiffany Stratton in one-on-one action. Huge win for a former women's champion in her own right, that being Stratton. Lyra Valkyria here is just trying to get back on track, take down this obvious huge obstacle ahead of SummerSlam, and then try to focus on, if she can, keep down Rhea Ripley. Meanwhile, Nia Jax is just not going to make it easy for Lyra or anybody, and look at Lyra, huge reversal into the sunset flip, gonna score the victory here, not just yet. Oh, she took Nia off her feet, strikes while the iron's hot with the standing moonsault. Nia back to her feet within an instance. Lyra Valkyria may be in over her head here tonight. Nia Jax cutting that momentum short before it can really get rolling. I'll tell you what, Nia Jax has been a thorn in the side of Rhea Ripley for months here on Monday Night Raw, trying to get herself a Women's Championship opportunity in her own right. Nia Jax is the destruction she caused last week. If she keeps down Lyra Valkyria here in Cincinnati, Nia absolutely may be front of the line for a future Women's Championship opportunity after SummerSlam. Dare I say, Tiffany Stratton may be in that conversation as well. The future of that WWE Women's Championship surrounded with so much uncertainty as there is so much talent in the Raw Women's locker room that is looking to take their claim at the top of the throne. Lyra Valkyria is the one sole challenger on Sunday night. But right now she's dealing with another problem, and that's Nia Jax, who she's struggling to even keep off her feet. Oh, nice leg sweep by Lyra. Smart to connect it after a series of strikes. Nia might have had her bell rung. Do not discount Lyra Valkyria. She has made it this far for a reason. Up top she goes, throwing everything she had behind that elevated clothesline that takes Nia off her feet. Able to get the 2 count, unfortunately a 3, not to be found. Lyra Valkyria approaches the biggest match of her career, but make no mistake about it, she has thrived in the spotlight before. She is the inaugural, first ever WWE Women's Intercontinental Champion. She is this year's Queen of the Ring winner. Lyra has been a success. Arrived on Raw last September and has blossomed ever since. But Nia Jax is looking to extinguish her flame before it can even start to burn on Sunday. And just when you think Lyra has got this matchup under control, Nia Jax shows you exactly why they call her the irresistible force. She is damn near an immovable object inside of that ring. Oh my God. Lyra Valkyria just falling out of the corner, collapsing off the collision. Able to kick out, but at what cost? You gotta wonder for Lyra if they lost tonight and how much that's gonna affect her. At this point, you see Nia Jax in firm control of this contest. When does Lyra just wave the white flag and try to preserve all of her energy that she at least can up until this point towards the matchup with Rhea on Sunday? Oh, there's Lyra, not looking to give an inch, not looking to give up. Able to catch Nia Jax again, but only a 2. Lyra trying all she can to get that 3 count. Not to be found. Insayuri takes Nia off her feet. Into the corner. Cuts Nia in half. Lyra Valkyria may just be starting to play a game of cat and mouse, and down goes Jax. Back inside the ring we go. Nia Jax going swinging. And once again, Lyra Valkyria. And that rally getting cut short. Lyra back to the count and mouse game. Just trying to outrun Jackson. She does. Open palm strikes. Lyra loves to rely on those strikes in general. Nia now into the corner. Lyra full head of steam. What a maneuver by the Queen of the Ring. Taking Nia Jax off her feet. Lyra may be in the driver's seat. And oh, wait a minute here. Tiffany Stratton. Well, we talked about the issues between Stratton and Lyra Valkyria that have progressed throughout the summer. And the first ever Queen of the Ring is out here confronting this year's Queen of the Ring. And it leaves Lyra open to assault from Nia Jax. Just when you thought Lyra was starting to rally here, just when you thought she had Nia Jax in an opportune state, here's Tiffany Stratton to spoil all the fun. And now Lyra just getting squashed. That might have been Valkyria's best chance in this matchup. And Tiffany Stratton might have just cost her. Nia now, leg drop right to the back. Lyra's done for it. She made it this far, yes. She's double tough, yes, she is a success, but tonight may be all she wrote for the #1 contender. Nia's not even done. She's going up. She's looking for an exclamation point. The Annihilator on Lyra. This one's over. Maybe Lyra can't get the job done.
Here is your winner, Nia Jax.
Tiffany Stratton has gotten in the head of Lyra Valkyria. That is 2 major losses en route to SummerSlam ever since Stratton was talking all that smacking. Oh, hold on here. Well, the matchup is over, but Nia Jax hasn't sent her message yet. You saw what she did to Rhea Ripley last Monday night in Philadelphia. Now she's looking to bring the carnage to the middle of Cincinnati. A post-match attack on the challenger, who may be heading into SummerSlam. Way less than 100% if Nia's got anything to say about it. Referee Rod Sapot ain't gonna step in there. Might need to empty the locker room to get Nia Jax out of here. Nia's certainly proud of her efforts. Uh-oh! Well, looks like we got some company. Rhea Ripley, bandage, ribcage and all, has hit the ring and is going after the woman who put her through a table last Monday night. Rhea Ripley far less than 100%, but coming out here to fight Nia Jax anyway. Oh man, Nia's going up for a riptide by the women's champion. Rhea Ripley has come to Cincinnati to collect and was not gonna let that assault from last week go unanswered. Well, Nia Jax trying to get back to her feet. That is just a scary sight, but Rhea Ripley sending her out of the ring and able to tame this situation, at least for tonight. Well, Rhea Ripley coming to the aid of that woman, Lyra Valkyria, who is back inside the ring. And one final stare down, eye to eye. Both these women with common enemies, but they gotta silence the noise and focus on one another come Sunday night when it's Lyra Valkyria versus Rhea Ripley for the WWE Women's Championship. Can't get enough universe mode? PLE kickoff shows, live events, all exclusive to Noah Nation Gaming channel members. Hit the join button down below and gain access to more universe than ever before. Well, it was absolute bedlam on Broad Street last Monday night in Philadelphia when the Gunther-John Cena WrestleMania rematch went AWire off the double countout. CM Punk would arrive, ignite a brawl with the ring general Gunther. That was just days removed after Gunther's attack at Saturday night's main event against the Second City Saint. The brawl would make its way into the WWE Universe. Gunther laying out CM Punk with that German suplex through the table, and then all the while, in the ring, John Cena was getting back to his feet, only to be dropped by a surprising spear from his SummerSlam opponent, the undisputed WWE Champion Bron Breakker, who said a week prior, "John, I respect nobody." Well, Bron Breakker certainly showed firsthand that he has no respect for anybody he steps in the ring with last Monday night on Raw. And maybe it has come much to the chagrin of the WWE Universe, who has been very much behind John Cena ever since he announced that he would retire next year at WrestleMania, and of course proclaimed he was en route to trying to challenge for his 17th WWE title. The C Nation goes loud and proud across not only the United States but worldwide, and Bron Breakker is looking to tear it all down and proclaim himself the one true undisputed champion come Sunday night in the main event at SummerSlam. Well, we knew that both men were under the same roof here in Cincinnati. And the #1 contender for the WWE Championship at SummerSlam, the 16-time world champion, the franchise, John Cena, is in the house. Bron Breakker absolutely proved himself correct last week when he speared John Cena. He ain't got respect for anybody, and that includes his SummerSlam opponent. Well, John Cena is here in Cincinnati, and I think he's got a rebuttal. Short, sweet, and to the point. Bron Breakker may be unpredictable. He may be an unstoppable badass. But he's facing the greatest of all time, John Cena, in just 6 nights. There's nothing left to be said. A bell needs to ring, and these two men need to go to war, and they will do just that at the biggest party of the summer. Welcome to SummerSlam.
I have to make a choice.
Think down even further.
Drowning out my voice. If you're feeling lost, sing this song with me. It will shine a light. A hope that you can see. Slide away, carry me. Take me
It is the biggest party of the summer, one of the biggest nights in the WWE calendar. It approaches live this Sunday from Cleveland. Special start time of 4 p.m. Eastern Time. Of course, the action going to begin 30 minutes prior for No Nation Gaming channel members on the SummerSlam kickoff show, which of course features this championship contest from SmackDown. The Sky Pirate Kairi Sane will defend the Women's United States Championship she won all the way back at WrestleMania against the Judgment Day's Liv Morgan. And not the only contest going down in the SummerSlam kickoff show, the #1 contendership for the WWE Tag Team titles is at stake as Tyler Bate and Pete Dunne and New Catch Republic take on Sabin and Shelley of the Motor City Machine Guns. We then get to the main show, which of course will be headlined by the two men who just came face to face in the middle of the Monday Night Raw ring. It is the undisputed WWE Championship affair. Bron Breakker has held the gold since the month of December. John Cena wants to earn his 17th trip to the top of the mountain before he hangs up the shoes next year. Cena, Breakker at SummerSlam. It is a personal battle between former brothers turned bitter enemies. The Punishment, Damian Priest, has had enough waiting, and he finally gets his hands on his old running mate in the Prince Finn Balor. Balor is Mr. Money in the Bank, but Sunday at SummerSlam, it is all about the bad blood between himself and Damian. And a woman that knows those two men extremely well is the Nightmare Rhea Ripley, who heads into a clash against the Queen of the Ring, Lyra Valkyria. It is clear that both of these women will be heading in less than 100%, but they're going to leave it all on the line in Cleveland to try to leave SummerSlam as the WWE Women's Champion. Another personal battle, courtesy of SmackDown, is the ambulance matchup. Big Bronson Reed one-on-one with the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes. Reed sent Cody home in an ambulance back in June. Cody's looking to return the favor. Retribution is on the mind of the American Nightmare in the ambulance match. It was one of the best matches of 2025 thus far, and on Sunday we see the sequel, the WrestleMania rematch between the Women's World Champion, the Genius of the Sky, Io Sky, and the new and improved Raquel Rodriguez, who has left Io Sky laying on numerous occasions. Io and Raquel lock horns again in Cleveland. This fight coming your way courtesy of Monday Night Raw. CM Punk and Gunther have been at each other's throats since the final Raw before WrestleMania earlier this year. And on Sunday night, those two men will be locked inside the confines of a cold and unforgiving solid steel cage. It is a dream matchup in SmackDown's main event for the World Heavyweight Championship as the 2025 King of the Ring, the phenomenal AJ Styles, locks horns with the man who has had a banner year in 2025, the defending champion, the Tsar, Ilya Dragunov. And this matchup couldn't be any more personal. It is a tag team affair with family members and friends. The Bloodline, Jacob Fatu and Solo Sikoa take on the OTC Roman Reigns and his longtime brother in the visionary Seth freaking Rollins. All that action comes your way live from Cleveland this Sunday at SummerSlam. And it is main event time here on Raw.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from Montreal, Quebec, Canada. Weighing in at 212 pounds, Sami Zayn.
Well, I'm surprised that Sami Zayn is walking down the aisle tonight all by his lonesome. No Kevin Owens in sight, a little bit conspicuous by his absence. Of course, Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens a couple of weeks ago falling short to Solo Sikoa and Jacob Fatu in a tornado tag team street fight that main evented Monday Night Raw. Both Zayn and Owens have been thorns in the sides of the Bloodline and vice versa ever since the month of April here on Monday Night Raw. Back at Solo Sikoa's Intercontinental Championship reign, he turned away both Owens and Zayn in singles competition. A lot of that having to do with the outside antics and interference of the Bloodline. But Sami Zayn tonight, by himself or not, set to go one-on-one with Solo Sikoa, whose mind may already be in Cleveland, is a distracted Solo about to cost himself, as Sami Zayn has got one goal and one goal only, and that's finally getting some retribution over Solo. SummerSlam momentum certainly at stake for the Bloodline. Look into the eyes of that madman.
And his opponent from Las Vegas, Nevada, weighing in at 250 pounds, Solo Sikoa.
Solo Sikoa offered Roman Reigns a spot in his new Bloodline, told Roman Reigns to step down as the tribal chief and fall in line. Roman Reigns said he'd rather fight his family than join the antics of Solo Sikoa and company. A war has been created in the Anoa'i family. Seth Rollins has been engulfed in it as well. Solo and Fatu meet Reigns and Rollins on Sunday. But tonight it's Sami Zayn one-on-one with Solo Sikoa, and Sami Zayn coming out hot off the opening bell. These two men with a lot of bad blood, a lot of history in recent months, and Sami Zayn has come to Cincinnati tonight to get his pound of flesh. And going right after Solo in the corner. No waste in motion by Sami Zayn. He is looking to hand Solo Sikoa one big fat L 6 nights before Cleveland. No Jacob Fatu, no Tama Tonga, no Tonga Loa out here. But the thing about the Bloodline is that's not necessarily inconspicuous. Because Solo Sikoa may be out here by himself, but we know the Bloodline is never too far behind. Well, we already saw Jacob Fatu lay waste to Randy Orton earlier tonight. Then they got a little spooked out by the Roller Obafemi. Meanwhile, Sami Zayn with the crossbody, taking the former Intercontinental Champion off his feet, but Solo Sikoa still in this fight. Sami Zayn coming out of guns a-blazing in the early moments. It has been one-way traffic since the bell sounded here in Cincinnati. These two men very familiar with each other. We talked about the tag team matchup a couple of weeks ago. Solo Sikoa also, during his Intercontinental Championship reign, retained the title over Sami Zayn. A lot of that having to do with outside interference from the Bloodline. Oof! Sami Zayn, whether he's got backup in Kevin Owens or not tonight, came to Cincinnati with a fight in mind. Devilish intentions by Sami Zayn, who has felt the cold and destructive hands of Solo Sikoa, far too many times. Bloodline has left Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens laying over and over again. Going all the way back to the month of April, as we mentioned here on Monday Night Raw. You go back and you watch your history. check out your replays, you're going to see Owens and Zayn looking up at the lights a hell of a lot over the last few months, thanks to Solo and company. That has obviously not sat in well with Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens, former World Tag Team Champions. Sami Zayn himself, a former Intercontinental Champion. Sami Zayn very well may be champion today if it weren't for the Bloodline. Solo Sikoa has come to Cincinnati tonight with different intentions. For Sami Zayn, it's about retribution. For Solo Sikoa, it's about sending one final message to the two men that'll encounter the Bloodline at the biggest party of the summer on Sunday. That's the OTC, Roman Reigns, and the visionary Seth Rollins. The Bloodline's got nobody to blame but themselves for getting Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns involved in this warfare. It was Jacob Fatu who hit that Samoan splash off the top rope that sent Seth Rollins straight through the announce table. Rollins was already coming into that night on Raw, a weakened man, and hold that thought. Zayn looking to catch Solo to the victory here. Solo going to reverse the pressure. Back to Sami Zayn. And back to Solo. Another flip. And another near fall here. And Solo has enough of those games. It was Jacob Fatu who put Seth Rollins on the shelf for just about a month's time here on Monday Night Raw. It was Solo Sikoa who gave Roman Reigns the ultimatum when the OTC returned. Bloodline have got a list of enemies a mile long. Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, Roman, Seth, Randy Orton, maybe even Obafemi after what we saw earlier tonight. Solo Sikoa hell-bent on carving a new path for the Bloodline in recent months, and no one can say he hasn't done that. He has completely reshaped the foundation of the unit. The Bloodline have been more destructive than ever. Solo Sikoa has a vision in his mind that he is looking to bring to reality here on Monday Night Raw. One that sees the Anoa'i family on top with all the gold, with all the money, with all the power. There's just a list of superstars standing in their way, and maybe oh so importantly, is Solo's own flesh and blood in the tribal chief of that entire family. That's Roman Reigns. Roman gonna try to deal with Solo on Sunday, but right now Sami Zayn, after a well-timed reversal, trying to deal with Solo tonight. Solo taken down. Sami Zayn, eyes locked sharp, measuring his man. Shout out to the homicidal, suicidal, genocidal, death-defying Sabu with that moonsault to the outside. Incredible maneuver by Sami. Takes Solo off his feet. Back inside the ring we go. Solo, nearly got caught. So he's got no problem turning this thing into a slugfest, but he may not need to. Blue Thunder Bomb. And nearly put Solo away, but it ain't over yet. Remember what we said earlier, if Solo Sikoa's mind is already focused on Cleveland, is already focused on SummerSlam, then he is going to leave himself wide open for mistakes, and Sami Zayn might be able to capitalize. Sami Zayn looking and feeling and moving confident. What a boot. Paintbrush in the face of Solo. On top is Sami. What a swanton. Nobody home. Crash and burn. Solo Sikoa now. Spinning Solo for the cover, for the 3. Sami Zayn able to kick out. A well-timed, get the hell out of dodge reversal by Solo. Was able to follow it up with the spinning Solo. And although I'm sure it took something out of the willpower of Sami Zayn, it wasn't enough to keep him down. Solo Sikoa, however, back in control, sending Sami Zayn to the ropes. Zayn able to put the brakes on. Sami Zayn ain't gonna go down without a fight, and I'm sure he's gonna go down swinging one way or another. Solo Sikoa now might once again have his bell rung. Gets sent to the outside with emphatic force. Sami Zayn, full head of steam. Here he comes over the top rope. Sami Zayn going high risk, high reward in order to keep down the former street fighting champion on the Isle of Samoa. And now Sami able to deliver that swanton that he wanted a few moments ago. But another near fall here, and what has been a physical, hell-bent on destruction type of main event. Sami Zayn pushing pedal to the metal. Over the top, off the top, but somehow Solo still in this contest. There's a reversal that time by, as we mentioned, the former street fighting champion on the Isle of Samoa. Solo Sikoa has earned his stripes. Now the headbutt off the middle rope. Now another headbutt. Former Intercontinental Champion coming into this matchup tonight. Pissed off, motivated, and looking for a victory. And now a third headbutt, this time off the top rope. A hat trick of destruction by Solo. And now, Samoan Spike to neutralize Sami Zayn. This one's over. A great effort by Sami, but Solo wins.
Here is your winner, Solo Sikoa!
Well, on paper, that is a huge way to bounce back after losing the Intercontinental Championship back at Saturday night's main event. But all eyes are on SummerSlam for Solo Sikoa as himself and the Bloodline. Oh, wait a minute. Well, backstage here, Tama Tonga and Seth freaking Rollins. We got a brawl in the backstage area here at the Heritage Bank Center in Cincinnati. I don't know who started it, but I know Seth Rollins just tossed Tama Tonga right to that garage door, and now he's got a trash can. And I think the Visionaries are going to take out the trash 6 nights before the biggest party of the summer. Face first off the can goes Tama Tonga. Hold on here, we need some cameras back inside the arena as well. Roman Reigns has got what looks to be an unconscious Tonga Loa. Just threw him out on the stage to send a message, and now the OTC is hitting the ring. Oh man, Roman Reigns, Solo Sikoa once again standing eye to eye, now 6 nights before their tag team clash at SummerSlam. And Roman taking the fight to the former street fighting champion. Roman Reigns has left Solo Sikoa laying. Solo's left Roman laying. They have been at each other's throats over the last 4 weeks on Monday Night Raw, and it all comes to a head this Sunday. Roman Reigns not looking to wait for Cleveland, especially after that Samoan Spike last week. Seth Rollins looks to take care of Tama Tonga in the backstage area. Roman Reigns sending an unconscious Tonga Loa out here to the arena. Well, we have got a brawl on our hands, ladies and gentlemen. Moments removed from Solo Sikoa's victory against Sami Zayn here on Monday Night Raw. Roman just unloading and sending Solo Sikoa out of his ring, out of the Tribal Chief's ring. Oh, hold on. Watch your back. You know he's never for. Jacob Fatu now in the ring, throwing that steel chair at one half of his SummerSlam adversaries. And now that Impaler DDT to the OTC. Well, unfortunately, this is not the first time we're seeing the Samoan Werewolf cause some casualties right here tonight on Raw. Roman Reigns would have dropped Solo Sikoa, but Jacob Fatu just took care of the Tribal Chief, and now he's going to continue the fight, continue the assault with this chair. All of this chaos, 6 nights before the bell sounds at Huntington Bank Field, and Roman Reigns now gets sent off of the OTC's own canvas. Oh, wait a minute, we're not done yet. Now it's Seth Rollins going after the man who put him on the shelf. Rollins and Fatu once again seeing some action. Rollins got back and fought Fatu a little bit last week with that pedigree through the announce table, but there is still a hell of a lot of bad blood to be settled. Fatu trying to go swinging with that chair, but Rollins just dropped the werewolf. All hell has broken loose here in Cincinnati. Jacob Fatu might have took care of Roman Reigns, but Seth Rollins, who already wiped out Tama Tonga backstage in Heritage Bank Center, is now going after Jacob Fatu with that steel chair he instituted. And a knee. What did we say earlier about Nia Jax? Might need to empty the locker room. We need to clear the building and get Cincinnati's finest in here to try to separate these superstars. Curb stomp to Jacob Fatu. One last message sent 6 nights before the bell sounds in Huntington Bank Field. Jacob Fatu laid to waste. Solo Sikoa dropped by the OTC. And those two men, so much history. They once again align this Sunday night, live at a special start time of 4 p.m. Eastern from Cleveland at SummerSlam.